Hey everyone, welcome back. So recently I had been talking about the new cleaning system that I have been using to keep my house up, and I promised you guys a walkthrough as far as what that looks like, so this is that video. So I'm going to start with kind of walking you through how the system is supposed to work, and then kind of how I've modified it for my house and my situation. So I think that's probably the most important thing to remember about whenever you set up some sort of a house cleaning or housekeeping routine, to make sure that you modify it to fit how your life works. So the basics of the Organized Mom method, which her website is theorganizedmom.blog. She also has a Facebook group. She has an app, which I am using, and she's on Instagram. She has a Patreon, which is kind of fun. It's called Rock the Housework. So it's like a podcast sort of thing you listen to. She plays music in the background and actually walks you through cleaning different areas. And it's actually pretty fun. You can go there and get a couple of free sample ones and see if that works for you. And she also has a book as well, which I sat down and read just to make sure I fully understood how it all works. Most of the information you can actually just get off her website. But she has several different levels of cleaning that she recommends. So the first is, as you see here, level 1 jobs. So these are the things that you do every single day just to kind of maintain your house at a bare minimum. So it's basically sweeping or vacuuming main traffic areas, and then mopping once a week, making the beds, quick cleaning the bathroom, and 1 load of laundry. So she says spend 15 minutes max. This isn't a deep clean, it's just areas that you're hitting. And then she has level 2. So Monday through Thursday, she has you work on a specific room, and there's a checklist of things for each area. So Monday's living room. And when I read her book, she said that she recommended doing the living room or family room on Mondays because it's the first day after the weekend. Bonus for her thing, no cleaning on the weekends. She recommends just doing the level 1 tasks, but she doesn't have any deep cleaning on the weekends. So she says Mondays, the living room, which is where people usually hang out around the weekend, generally needs a tidy at that point in time. Tuesday is bedrooms, and that's when she has you change sheets. Wednesday is the entrance hall or stairs if you have them. She said Wednesdays usually tends to be the day where you're starting to wane a little bit energy-wise, so she tries to give you something easy on that day. Thursday's the kitchen, and then Friday is the focus day. And these are actually printables from her website. They're free. So focus days actually rotate on an 8-week system. So week 1 is kids' rooms, week 2 is living room, week 3 is kitchen, week 4 is bathrooms. Week 5 is the master bedroom. Week 6 is entrance hall and stairs. Week 7 is a miscellaneous room. And week 8 is a garden or outdoor space. Now for the level 2 tasks, whether that's the Monday through Thursday or the Friday focus, it's 30 minutes only. So her goal is just to get you moving, get through as many of the tasks as you can. If you look at Thursdays for the kitchen, this is a lot. If I hustle and things are not too bad, I can usually get through pretty much everything with, a few minutes over. But obviously, whatever you don't finish, work on the following week. And as these things get cleaned more often, they're less work to maintain them. So if you're not having to chisel stuff out of your microwave every single week because you've just cleaned it the week before, it's going to take less and less time to clean those areas. And finally, she has a messy house boot camp that she recommends if you just need to get your house kind of to like the minimum thing to where you're actually just maintaining it. So for these, it's not 30 minutes. This is however long it takes you to get things done. So she has a couple different options. She recommends either doing 1 room a day or maybe taking a few days to do each room, whatever you need to do in order to get through all the things. So then when you go around to actually doing the normal organized TOMM method, you're actually just doing maintenance. You're not trying to do decluttering and cleaning. So she recommends if you have a really cluttered area, follow these rooms to declutter. Once those areas are decluttered to where you can actually clean, then you follow the Messy House Boot Camp. Once that's done, then you jump over into the normal weekly routine. So that being said, let me kind of show you what I'm doing and how I have adjusted things a little bit. And let me see if I can zoom you in a little bit. So I did set these up so that if I wanted to use a set of these inserts for a month, I can. So I have like 5 weeks of the daily and then the weekly and those sorts of things. So these are just inserts I created for myself since I have gone through and modified things. So my level 1 dailies are the same. The only thing I've added is a quick clean of the kitchen. Now she does mention in her book, and I think in a few other places, that maintaining dishes is kind of a standard. Like that was something that you can include if you want, but it was something that was expected. So I know I've watched a couple of videos where people were like, I don't know why she didn't include the dishes in there, or, you know, cleaning up the kitchen. And I think that's why. But because I prefer just to not have to remember to add things in on my own, I added it to my list. I did keep the weekly rooms the same. So Monday living room, Tuesday bedrooms, Wednesday entrance hall. We have a single story home, so I have no stairs. But this does include the entrance and then the hallway that kind of runs down between the kitchen, the dining room, and the bedroom and the laundry room. So kind of that L-shaped area is all included in here. Thursday's kitchen, and then Friday is focus. So what I did change for the Friday focus is I don't have kids. So I basically have 2 sets of miscellaneous rooms. And so instead of kids' rooms, week 1, I have a miscellaneous room. And I kind of divided up my miscellaneous rooms because I basically have a total of 5. So week 1, I'm going to choose either office, which is my office, the living room, or the guest room. So the living room and the dining room are 2 rooms we're not in all that often, so they don't get that dirty. Same thing with the guest room, which is technically guest room / my husband's office. So those 3 rooms are kind of not as big of a deal. The office and the laundry room, my office and the laundry room, get used a lot. So I have a feeling those will be the ones that I'll focus on most often. As far as miscellaneous rooms go. So week 1, I'll choose from office, living room, guest room. Week 7, which is when you traditionally have that miscellaneous room, I'll do either a laundry room or a dining room. How a lot of this is working is I'm doing the things that are bothering me the most first. So I'll explain that in a second here. Otherwise, my rooms are the same. Again, I took the stairs out of week 6 because I don't have stairs on purpose. So anyway, all right. So another change that I made to this cleaning system that's actually working really well for me has to do with cleaning the bathroom. I am not super enthused about cleaning bathrooms. So what I'm finding is working well for me is daily, the night before, when I kind of make my list of things that I want to get accomplished the following day, I'm thinking about, especially the master bathroom, because that obviously gets used a lot for us. What thing in the master bathroom is bothering me the most? Is it stuff on the mirror? Is it that, you know, the floor needs to be vacuumed? Is it that, you know, really needs to be dusted in there? Toilet gets cleaned several times a week already, if not more often. Do the sinks really need to be wiped out? Has the countertop gotten dusty behind things? So like, what is the thing that's bothering me? And so that's actually what I'm focusing on daily. So for example, on last Friday, I wrote quick clean bathroom - wipe counters. So that means pull everything off the counters, wipe them down, put everything back. Stuff gets wiped kind of where nothing is, but to get behind everything, that's what I am focusing on. Which means that when the weekly clean comes around for the bathrooms, then what I'm focusing on are the things that I really hate doing and I don't have to spend as much time in there. Namely, like cleaning out the shower, because that involves, you know, trying to get in there without getting super wet, but getting the shower walls cleaned and stuff like that. So that gives me a chance to focus on things that might actually take me a little bit longer, and I can do the quicker things the rest of the time, so that I'm not having to spend so much time in the bathrooms on Tuesday. Because for whatever reason, Tuesday for me, Tuesdays don't get a weekly focus. I misspoke on that. They get a once every 8-week focus. So that's yet another reason why I want to make sure I'm, you know, touching them a little more often for a deep clean than once every 8 weeks. So not Tuesdays, man. So with this, I started kind of haphazardly doing this maybe month or so ago, 2 months ago. So I think, actually it's 2 months, because I think I've been through a full cycle of the Friday focuses. I've really been trying to focus on like verbatim following these things probably for the last couple of weeks, and I'm seeing a difference. And I mentioned earlier that she has a Patreon. Her name is Gemma Bray, is the name of the lady that came up with this. She has that Patreon that has those podcasts that's kind of like almost like a clean with me sort of thing with music. And I am finding those super helpful, especially when I just don't feel like cleaning, because she literally is like, all right, 5 minutes, and she's the one who's keeping time for you. Okay, move on to the next thing. Here's the next thing that you're doing. So I don't have to think about it. It's motivation, and it means I don't get sidetracked and wander off. So I'm finding kind of this whole system super helpful, because things are staying cleaner. I'm not cleaning on the weekends, which I really appreciate. And I don't know, I've tried Fly Lady, I've tried Clean Mama. I think the biggest thing for me with those systems, especially Fly Lady, because she has the zones that you're in for a week, if I'm out of town, if I don't feel like it, like it's gone for like another month, and that just gets to be too far behind for me to be able to do it. So with this, aside from these Friday focus things, which it is every 8 weeks, most of these rooms though, you're already touching on a weekly basis, with the exception of the bathrooms, which she does have the quick clean bathroom daily. So that's why I implemented that part where I'm, you know, identifying the thing that really needs to be cleaned in order to keep the bathroom looking nice for that day. So I'm just basically identifying what I'm quick cleaning that day. So that is what's working well for me. So if I'm out of town, if I don't feel good, if I'm just exhausted and I don't get to something, I'm either touching it the next day or the next week. It's not like a full month before I'm out working in that area again. Anyway, I hope that is super helpful. I do recommend, like, read her book, at least go to her website. Like I mentioned, her printables are free. So you can kind of read through the idea about how all of this works and get some motivation. She does also have a YouTube channel as well, where she goes through kind of how she does everything. And then she's also done some like helping people get started with, you know, decluttering and getting things cleaned up and giving them homework. So that's been kind of fun. It's kind of like the reality TV shows. But anyway, this is what's working for me. Hopefully that gives you enough information. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I'm happy to answer kind of how I'm doing things. And I do know house cleaning is a very individual thing. So if this doesn't work for you, if you have something else that works for you, that's great. If you're looking for something because you're like, I just need to try something new, or hey, that looks interesting, I wonder if that would work for me because what I'm doing is kind of half working, then give it a try and see. If it doesn't work, no big deal. If it does work, hey, you found something that's working well for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like. If you enjoy this sort of planner-related content, I encourage you to consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!